Okay, I'm going to do a quick video here of this 1957 Chevy Bel Air gasser, old school pro street car. Going to be listing it up for sale, and kind of want to give everybody a really close, more specific look at the car itself and a little bit of the back history on it in between the raindrops today. Hasn't stopped raining for the last couple of weeks, so bear with me on the crap weather. Anyway, this car belongs to a good friend of mine. He's had it for years and years and years. It came out of Kentucky, where it used to be a 572 big block, 871 blower motor drag car. And when he bought it rolling chassis, and he built a 350 for it, and built a trans, and basically the car is as it was on the strip without the big motor and big trans. Car was kind of a local favorite down around Bowling Green, Kentucky, down around Beach Bend Drag Strip, things of that nature. But anyway, since Steve has had it, he wanted something that he could just drive around on the street, be a little more street friendly, yet still have a kind of a slobbery cam, and still have that really cool look. But from the cowl back, you're dealing with a steel-bodied 57 Bel Air hardtop. It's actually a really solid body. It's got a few bruises here and there, but it actually at one time had a really nice single stage paint job on it, a glossy finish, and it had the old school flames, the ghost flames on it. And I'm not sure, it was probably a few years ago, for some reason Steve decided to just mist black paint over top of the flames to get rid of them, because he was, for whatever reason, sick of having the flames on a 57 Chevy. So what I did basically was took some paint thinner and some 4/0 steel wool and just kind of wiped the black paint off on this side to kind of let you see what the rest of the hood and the other side will look like if you wanted to go back with the flames. Then again, you might not like flames and you want to paint over the whole car and do away with them, but to me the flames just kind of make this car. But if you're going to go that route, you're going to have to, put some elbow grease into it and wipe everything back down and bring it all back. But it's got a cowl induction hood. Also, it had no headlights on it when he got it. This is a heavy built fiberglass front end. It's not the cheap flimsy stuff you buy nowadays. This was, this car was built years ago, and this front end was from way back. So it's the good heavy strong fiberglass front end. But he stuck these fog lights in it just so it would have running lights for night driving, or I don't even think he ever drove it at night. But anyway, it just had stickers for headlights on it at one time, and he put these in here, which, you take it or leave it. If it were me, I'd put recessed buckets in it and put an actual headlight, maybe even the bezel. But got that going on. Of course, he's got turn signals for it. He wanted it to be legal. It's got rack and pinion. It's got a Pinto or Mustang 2 front clip. It's got a tube grill in it, whatever. It's kind of to each his own in their personal taste. But let's see, it's got all new steel lines on it. He plumbed all new brakes in. Of course, it's disc brakes on the front. And if you can see, I'll kind of get in here and show you. You can see the old flames, how, if you want to bring them back, it's just going to take a little bit of wiping, to get this side done. And then again, you may not want to do it. You may want to paint over it. Glass in the car. There's one little hickey right here in the front windshield. You can't hardly notice, but that's about it. It's all glass. It's not Lexan or plexiglass or anything like that. Again, it's a good solid car. It's got the steel doors on it, and of course the trunk lid's steel. Let's open this trunk up and I'll show you what's going on with the tin work. Everything was done really good back in the day. All the tin work looks really nice, kind of dirty, but of course it's got a fuel cell, single battery that he's running. Of course, the roll cage comes back into the trunk, ties into the frame. Of course, underneath you got the old school wheelie bars. This is a stock 57 rear end with 31 spline axles. Just been narrowed, chopped down. Everything looks real good how it was done. He's been driving it on the highway. It doesn't have a lot of creature comforts, and it's not real highway friendly, but you'll experience some rear wheel hop if you get up too fast out on the road driving it. These are brand new Mickey Thompson Sportsman tires. Gosh, you know, stuff like this. I mean, it's going to be hard to kind of go over every single square inch of this car, but this will give you a really good idea of what's going on. Show you in the back real quick. It's got the old school seats that have been in here for probably 30 years. No headliner. Does have a rear view mirror. Tin work in the back. Looks really nice. They did a really good job. Of course, it's stock floor from the tin work forward. It's got some insulation to keep the heat down. It's got a ratchet shifter, Hurst ratchet shifter, real simple, automatic. The car was a 4-speed car, and the pedal assembly and everything is still hooked up if you wanted to go back with a big block and a 4-speed. Just an old Sun Pro tack. All the gauges work. I'm going to start it here in a minute. You won't be able to hear me do my goofy narration when this thing's running because it sounds pretty awesome. But anyway, I'll go through the start. Here's the VIN tag. It's got a 1957 Chevy title, Bel Air. So no worries there. But again, the glass is in great shape, and so on and so forth, and what have you. Let's fire this thing up. So you turn the power on, obviously. Okay, you flip these two power switches on. It does have an electric fan, but the car runs cool. He said you never need the electric fan. Got a power indicator light here. Button there to start. His nickname's the Whiz Kid, so his helmet is included. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The car runs cool. It's got great oil pressure. Charging system works great. Of course, it's got a regular stock GM alternator. The specs on the motor I'll put in the ad. Tells all about it. Stock bore 350. It's got good pistons, chrome rods, chrome rings. It's got a Lunati camshaft. It's got a real nice chop to it. I'm not sure if he's still got the cam card on it or not. He might. But anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call anytime, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks a lot.